A good friend of mine, Sandra Wilson, said this once. She said, we don't always live what we profess to believe, but we always live what we believe. So how many of you have said something like this? Well, I know that in my head, I know that in my head that God loves me, but I really believe, if I were to really dig deep, I'm unlovable, I'm undesirable, I'm worthless. Or I really believe, I profess to believe that God forgives my sin, even big ones, but I really believe that I'm just not forgivable. What I did was just too bad. I can't ever be forgiven for that. And once we believe our thoughts as true, we usually never question them again. For example, if you believe that people don't like you, if that's a belief that you have about yourself, and you're not even conscious of it, but you believe it, you interpret outside circumstances in a particular way based on that belief. But I worked with a woman in counseling back in Pennsylvania when I had my counseling office. And she came to me one day and she said to me, I've just been miserable all week because my friend, the only friend I have, my girlfriend, she didn't say hi to me at church. I saw her, she looked right at me and she ignored me. So we have this outside circumstance. I created this little chart for you. So let's see if I can get it here for you to see in front of the camera. So she had this belief, and she didn't even know what she believed, but she had this outside circumstance that came at her. Her friend didn't say hi to her at church. Okay. So her friend didn't say hi to her at church. And what were the thoughts that she had about this situation? Well, her thoughts about it were colored. I put these little glasses in there. They were colored by her belief. So her friend didn't say hi to her at church. And her thoughts were, oh, I know she's mad at me. She doesn't want to be my friend anymore. I must have done something wrong. I've lost my only friend. And so because she thought that, I can't see backwards, because she thought that way, she had certain feelings, didn't she? She felt anxious, she felt sad, she felt hurt, and her actions was reflective of these feelings and thoughts because she decided she wasn't going to go back to that church anymore. She withdrew from her friend. So she comes into counseling because of something that happened to her, and she thought these thoughts about it, but it was based on a belief that colored the way that she looked at it. All right, so I hope you're following me. So she had this belief that I am unlovable, that I am undesirable as a friend. And so when my friend gave me body language on church on Sunday, like she was ignoring me, see, I'm not lovable. See, she doesn't like me. See, I must have done something wrong. It confirmed her belief. So I challenged her. I said, what, is there another way of looking at this? How are you so sure that your friend doesn't like you? She had to take a step here of moving beyond her feelings to uncover her belief. And so the action step I asked her to take was I wanted her to make a phone call to her friend. She didn't want to because she said, I don't want to feel rejected. I don't want to call her. She's mad at me. I said, you don't know that for sure. So she made this phone call, and guess what happened? Hi, how are you? Oh, hi, how are you? I didn't see you in church on Sunday. Were you there? Really? Really? You suffered all week long because of thoughts that you were having based on a belief that you have that people don't like you. And so what I want you to be aware of right now is that you and I have a lot of limiting beliefs about yourself, about others, about God. And so let me just share with you a couple real common limiting beliefs that will affect your entire life, the actions you take and the results you get. All right? I'm just stupid, or I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for what? Healthy relationships. Therefore, I have to settle. I'm not good enough to go to college. I'm not smart enough. Who says? Or I'm too shy. I can't handle it. I can't do it. I'm not smart enough. I'm not a people person. It's too hard. I'm not important. No one likes me. I'm powerless. I can't change anything. Don't think that's true, but if you believe that, it's going to affect all how you see things, how you think, how you feel, the decisions you make, the action steps you take, and the results you get. And so let me just give you a couple of first steps out of them. And one of the quickest ways out of limiting belief is to take action in the opposite direction. Okay? So if you believe I'm not capable, or if you believe I'm not good enough, like this woman who believed she wasn't likable, she took an action step that contradicted that. And she got new evidence that that wasn't true. Or even go to the results. So instead of trying to change all your beliefs, we're going to start with the results that you want in your life. What kind of life do you want? What kind of life, what kind of relationships do you want? Do you want good relationships? Do you want healthy relationships? Then what kind of action steps do you need to take in order to have those? And we'll reverse engineer so that as you can begin to identify, you can correct those, but also provide some contradictory evidence that maybe this belief isn't true.